What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Big Fight Field channel where we speak the truth, we're honest, and we give our takes on professional wrestling. We're doing AEW Dynamite tonight. This is the follow-up from the AEW Dynasty pay-per-view on Sunday in Philadelphia. And I'm here with Cameron Johnson tonight, and we are on Zoom for the first time ever, so I don't know how smoothly this is going to go. It should go very smoothly. We're going to test it out tonight. But Cam, uh, it's been a couple weeks. It's been my fault with all the technical difficulties. Skype is no more. Skype is too outdated, so we can't do that anymore. But man, it's been a while since I've seen you, man. First of all, how are you? And I guess we got to talk about Dynasty a little bit on Sunday. But
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I am good, man. I am good. Good to be back here on the channel. Dynasty pissed me off so much. The show was actually pretty good. I thought the show was actually pretty good. We had too many matches that should have been on this show. We had too many matches that should have been on this show.
oh
I
my,
don't fucking think it. What's wrong?
no, I was
Uh,
gonna say go because I'm like, oh my God, you were right. That show was way too fucking long.
I don't think any of the Owen matches should have been on the show. I don't think you could have done the Owen matches on this show tonight. None of the Owen matches should have been on the show. But outside of that, I thought the show was good. And then we get to the main event, and the main event is putting me to sleep. But it's okay. But it's okay because I figured Swerve is gonna win the title and it's gonna make up for it. Swerve did not win that title. They have the Young Bucks come down. I'm not a Young Bucks fan in 2025. Don't get me wrong. They are still elite in-ring workers. I don't have an issue with that. But the Young Bucks are one of the worst acts on television last year. I did not enjoy their segments. They put me to sleep legitimately. And they're back. And now we get to build the anarchy in the arena. I don't give a shit about anarchy in the arena. This show pissed me off. Dynasty pissed me off. That ended the Dynasty pissed me off. And this Dynamite was not a strong pay-per-view follow-up effort.
No, no, it was not. I thought this was a very weak show tonight. And here's the thing, man. Um, that show I thought on Sunday was a really good show. It was a great pay-per-view. I was there, everybody, you guys know. I enjoyed the heck out of myself on Sunday night.
As
And
you see that.
the main criticism of that show was, God damn it, dude. Cam, that show was too fucking long, man. You want to know how I know the show was long? The show got over at 12:20 Eastern time, okay?
That is
I gotta get
ridiculous.
up. I gotta get up for work at 6:30. I did not leave the Leacorps Center parking lot until fucking 1:10 in the morning.
That is
1:10.
ridiculous.
I got out of that garage. I got home at 1:40 on
That
Monday
is
night.
ridiculous.
That show was
That is
way too long. You
that is ridiculous.
should have been 8 matches. The 8 matches they had announced before next week, that should have been the card. We did not need.
Eight. Go ahead. I was gonna go ahead. I was
No.
gonna say that. I was gonna say the 8 to 9 matches. If they want to make it 9-5, that's usually the AEW standard. They usually go 9 matches. So they wanted to make it 9-5. I just don't know why. Like I'm watching matches get announced for pay-per-view. And Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe, I'm trying not to bitch about it because Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe have amazing in-ring chemistry together. So I'm trying not to bitch about it, but I'm like, why is this on pay-per-view? You should have ran this shit on Dynamite or Collision. Why? Like, why do you have the weekly television show? And then I see Dynamite tonight. They have a useless, and the match was a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, but they have a useless 8-man tag on this show. I'm just like, you could have done like you could have done Briscoe and Fletcher on this show. You could have done Osprey and Kevin Knight on this show. Like, you did not need to have matches for the Owen Hart tournament on that show. You did not need to. Like, oh god, man, this show is too fucking long.
I'm not gonna complain about the Osprey Kevin Knight match being on the pay-per-view. Seeing
I
that
thought
match
it
in
was a
person,
lot of fun.
that match was great. That match was great. I will not complain about that. Um, Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher, as good of a match as that was, they always have great matches together. Should have been on tonight's show. Should have absolutely been on tonight's show. But we are going to get forward here with Dynamite. If you guys haven't already, be sure to go ahead and check out the Dynasty vlog. Um, we're picking up a whole new lot of subscribers here on the Big Fight Fuel channel. We're over 600 now, which is great. If you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you subscribing. We talk WWE and AEW here every week. Next week is WrestleMania. We'll talk more about that on SmackDown on Friday. And without further ado, I see at the top left corner that the meeting is 40 minutes. So I don't know how to change that. So that's on my screen. So we got to get our shit in quickly here. So
Let's
uh,
do it.
we got Moxley. First of all, this first 30 minutes of the show might have been the most poorly executed 30 minutes ever on
This
AEW.
is terrible. This is fucking terrible. Go ahead.
We had Moxley and Shibata. Okay, that's not the problem here. Moxley beat Shibata in 7 minutes with a chokehold, and it wasn't a title match. It was non-title. And afterwards, the Young Bucks come out, and we're gonna tie two segments here together. The Young Bucks, they talk about how the reason that they costed Swerve the World Championship was for their best friend Adam Hangman Page. They did it for Hangman, and they're like, the Death Riders and us, we have more in common. We want the best for AEW. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Out came Kenny Omega. And I'm like, okay, this could get interesting. This could get a little bit intriguing. When Kenny Omega came out, Cam, the segment got worse. And I hate saying that, but it did. Kenny was talking about, you know, a friend from high school and dogs shitting and leaving stains, and he compares it to the Young Bucks, and then there's like a coughing I don't know. Do you know what happened that forced Kenny Omega to stop mid promo?
I don't know. I don't know what
I
you
had no idea what happened, but this was not good. This was not a good promo by Kenny. It led to Okada coming out, and then Swerve came out with a chair to run off the Elite. So that those two segments was the first 30 minutes of the show. And for that to be the follow-up, I'm quietly disappointed. I'm a little bit upset that we have to have Kenny Omega and Okada involved in this storyline. Give them their own storyline heading into All In. That's what I would do. But man, not a fan of these first 30 minutes. Did not like it at all. Cam, I'm going to give you the floor, the thoughts on the Moxley match, if you have any, and then that Young Bucks Kenny Omega segment.
Well, I don't like watching John Moxley matches in 425 because John Moxley does not have good matches in 425. So therefore, I don't like watching John Moxley matches in 425. So what happened here with this match with Shibata? I don't know. Shibata, I love you. I do, my guy. I do, Shibata. I love you. But yeah, that with John Moxley. I don't like John Moxley matches in 2025, so I tend not to watch them. I don't know how you have a segment with Kenny Omega and Swerve Strickland, and it's fucking terrible. I legit don't know how you have a segment with those two, and it's fucking awful. I legit don't know. Excuse me. I legit don't know. I legit don't understand how. I'm so fucking tired of hearing restore the feeling on TV. I'm so fucking
Oh
tired of
my
hearing
God. Tell me about it.
it.
Tell me
Jesus
about it.
Christ. How
Every
about
every
how
other week
about
you're bringing it up.
how about instead of talking about the story of the feeling, y'all restore the feeling? How hard is that? Y'all gotta let 2021 go. Y'all gotta get in 2021 AW back. Let it go. Let it go.
Every other week they talk about restoring the feeling. Don't talk about restoring the feeling. Fucking restore the feeling and get Vance back into it. I did not like this segment at all. And then we had very unfortunate circumstance. We had
Yeah.
we had Swerve Strickland against Pac, and they were doing their match. It was fine, and all of a sudden, Pac took a buckle bomb and got injured. So they went right to the finish. Pac went in the ring, got kicked in the face, house call, stomp. The match ended immediately. So Pac could be injured, which could suck for this Death Rider storyline. Great. Not a good feeling. Not a good feeling at all. Hope Pac is okay. Um, you have any thoughts on the Swerve Pac match from tonight?
Uh, suck, sucks to hear about Pac. I hate to hear that he's injured, but yeah, I hate to hear that he's injured. I really do, but I hate that he's injured. I hate that Pac is injured. I really do because that's a big blow. But yeah,
Hmm. Hopefully it's a sprain and he's back in a couple weeks. Rest him up for Double or Nothing because he's probably going to be in that Anarchy in the Arena match. Um, we had what was an explosive eight-man tag team match. That's what was advertised. Will Ospreay, Speedball, Mark Briscoe, and Kevin Knight. They took on Ricochet, Beast Mortos, Leo Rush, and Action Andretti. They must have picked out of a hat the participants for this match because, my God, this made absolutely no sense. Why Will Ospreay, who's by the way in the Owen Hart tournament, why is he in this match? I have no idea, but I don't know. It was a fine match and all. A lot of stuff going on at once. I'd say the spot in the match was Ricochet did a dive on the outside. All four baby faces were standing there. They all moved and smacked Ricochet on top of the head, making fun that he's bald. Um, so I mean that's really gotten over with the crowd. The fact that Ricochet's bald. Tons of chants going on in Philly on Sunday night about that one, but um, yeah, that was the match. Will Ospreay pins Beast Mortos with Hidden Blade. It was a fine match. No point in having it though. This match should have been Mark Briscoe, Kyle Fletcher, which is the match we got in on Sunday. Um, you got anything to add on here?
no.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Hurt Syndicate MJF. And this was probably, I mean, I don't know, a very underwhelming show. This was probably the best thing on the show. MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin were out there. They were talking about taking down another tag team and adding another accolade. I think that's what MVP said. And they were posing for the camera, and MJF came out, cut a very babyface promo. Bobby Lashley stopped him, saying, I don't like you. I know your repetition. I know who you are. And you're not fooling me. And MVP's like, in order to do business with us, you need three thumbs ups. Tonight, he got one. Shelton Benjamin thought about it, but he put his thumbs down. And Bobby Lashley put his thumbs down. They all walked away. MJF was pissed, got the camera out of his face. I don't know where this is leading to, but I'll say I'm intrigued by this. I absolutely love the Hurt Syndicate, and I like MJF. He's very entertaining. I would say, if anything in AEW, I'm intrigued by this. I like this storyline. Any takeaway from the segment that we got tonight, where you think it's going, all that stuff.
First off, Bobby Lash, a baby face is a fucking common sense, boy. Bobby Lashley trying to say, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. And he has, excuse me, and he has absolutely all right not to trust MJF. He has absolutely all right not to trust MJF. Would you trust MJF? I wouldn't trust MJF if he gave, I wouldn't trust MJF to give me directions down the street. I'm not going to trust
Oh,
fucking MJF. You fucking me. So, you fucking me. So I like that there's actually some hesitant to trust him. And I think this is going to lead to a match with Lashley and MJF and all in. That's what I think this is
that's
going
what
to.
I think so.
Personally, I would have put MJF in the fucking Owen. That's what I would have done. I would have put him in the fucking Owen. He's been talking about getting this belt back for fucking months. Throw his ass in the Owen, but they didn't do that. So
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like right now's not his time, and putting MJF into Owen just to make him take a pinfall loss. I don't know if that would be the right thing to do. But I do think that this is where I agree with you. I think this is all leaning towards MJF going up against Bobby Lashley at All In. This is where I think it's leading to. I'm okay with it. I like it. Chris Statlander, Thunder Rosa. These ladies had a good match. Tony Storm was on commentary. The highlight of the match was Tony Storm on commentary. She is awesome. By the way, shout out to her Rocky Balboa entrance on Sunday. That shit was epic. Statlander won with Wednesday Night Fever, shook hands with Thunder Rosa after the match, and that was the victory for Chris Statlander. She advanced to the semifinals, and I don't like how fast they're booking the Own Heart tournaments. Like next week, they already announced the semifinal match to get to the finals, and the finals is not until Double or Nothing. I don't like how they're booking the tournament as far as the pace goes. It feels very rushed, and we have 7 weeks until the next pay-per-view. I don't like that at all.
I agree. I agree. I don't like how fast it's being rushed either. I thought you were going to say, excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
You're
No,
good.
I'm in agreement with you. I don't like how fast this is being booked because the finals are in 7 weeks. I thought you were going to say you don't like that we get Mercedes and Athena on free television, and I was going to vehemently disagree with you there because I like that they're doing this year. And to be because I like that they're doing it on TV, I would have Mercedes and Athena do a trilogy personally. I'd have them have a trilogy, and I'd have Mercedes. Because spoiler alert, people, Harley Cameron is not. Harley Cameron is getting her ass spanked by Athena. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Harley Cameron, you're my girl. I love you. I do. But you get your ass spanked by Athena. Stephon Smith, I got a bone to pick with you. Dynasty was a fast count, and you know it. My girl never tapped out. That was a fast count. That was a fast count. And if I see you, it's on sight. Same thing with you, Lee Johnson. If I see you, it's on sight. It's still on sight. I still don't like you, Lee Johnson. Uh, I personally would, I would personally do a trilogy of matches here. So I like them doing Mercedes and Athena next week. I would have that go to a time limit draw, and where neither woman advances. Where neither woman advances. But I don't like how fast he's doing the old either. I don't like that. I don't like how fast they're doing it either. This gonna carry them for weeks going into double or nothing. Like this is legit gonna carry them.
Yep.
But,
They could have
and I get
spread
that.
they could have spread this all out. They don't need Own Heart matches on Collision. All with 7 weeks, all Own Heart matches should be on Dynamite. You want the majority of your audience to see every match happening in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, not on a show on Saturday where there's 330,000 viewers or something like that.
No, I will say, Collision is the second best wrestling show of the week.
I
I
like
keep telling
Collision.
people I keep telling people it's the second best wrestling show of the week, but they don't want to listen to me because it's Collision. Collision has the same fire Rampage has. But I keep telling people Collision. I keep telling people if you have issues with AEW Dynamite, you should be watching Collision. The issues you have with Dynamite, you don't get them issues on Collision.
I
That's
like
just
Collision. I do. But it doesn't draw it does not have the same audience as Dynamite does.
no, it doesn't.
That's my point. Is all these Owen Hart matches should be on Dynamite. I'm not saying Collision's a bad show at all. I enjoy watching Collision when I get the chance to. It's just that these matches have stakes, and all of them should be in front of the vast majority of your audience. So Statlander, she gets the win, and I would have God, it's a tough call. Why do I have this feeling in my head that Mercedes is going to win the tournament because Mercedes and Tony Storm's the best they can do? I hope it doesn't happen, but
I don't want.
I think Mercedes is winning the Owen. I'm
I
sorry.
really hope. I really hope they do because again, I think the smarter move for AEW. I know Mercedes and Tony Storm is the biggest match they can do. I understand that, and I understand that they try to get tickets in for the Owen for the Owen. I really, really do. I really, really understand that. I really do. But again, if they play their cards right here, I really do hope that Mercedes and Athena is a trilogy. You get the first match next week, have that match go to a time limit draw. We get the second match either at Double or Nothing or at the Ring of Honor. Mercedes wins the. I would have Mercedes win the Ring of Honor wins the championship there. Then you do the third match and All In Texas. Athena gets the big win in front of her family. Meanwhile, you have a story that is ready made to tell. Jamie Hayter never. Jamie Hayter, the last time Jamie Hayter was a champion, she lost to Tony Storm. She only lost that match. Only went like 2 minutes because Jamie Hayter was hurt going into that match, so they did a quick match to get the belt off her. And she missed over a year of action. There's a ready-made story there. Jamie Hayter wants her belt back. She wants revenge on the person that took her out for a year. And Jamie and Tony Storm. You have two ready-made stories in the Owen. I would much rather them go that route instead of them trying to just do the biggest money match they can do with Mercedes and the theater. I mean, with Mercedes and Tony. I understand that match is going to be incredible. I understand it's the biggest match they can do. But I really, really hope they don't do. I really, really hope they play their cards right. Because I think the smarter way to go is you get two stories out of it instead of one.
I agree with you absolutely, but I don't think that's what they're gonna do. I don't have. They're trying to sell tickets for this show. They're pushing it hard on television now. Uh, Commercials. They're trying to sell tickets for All In, and a match like Mercedes and Tony Storm for both titles. Uh, that's something they might do. All right, let's get through these two segments that weren't really that good to end the show. This TV time segment with Chris Jericho was fucking bizarre. Absolutely bizarre of a segment. He brings out Big Bill and Brian Keith, talks about how he's trying to teach them, and he thought they would win the AEW Tag Team Champions, but they let them down, and Chris was mad that Big Bill wasn't there for him when he lost the Ring of Honor World Championship. And he said, I'm not mad at you guys. I'm just disappointed. And he said, maybe I have to step away. And he keeps repeatedly smacking the television, smacking the television, smacking the television with his baseball bat. Then they come back from commercial and he gets up and he goes to the car. So it seems like Chris Jericho was written off AEW television tonight. Fine by me, but absolutely bizarre segment to write him off TV. Bizarre. And I don't know where Big Bill and Keith go from this. And it's a shame because I think both those guys are really good too. So, quick thoughts on this bizarre segment.
Say it again. I'm sorry. Say it again. I'm
Uh,
sorry. I was arguing with a fucking idiot. Say it again.
Quick thoughts on this segment with Chris Jericho, Big Bill, Brian Keith, that whole fiasco.
I hope we never see Chris Jericho on AW television again. If they're bringing up Big Bill and Brian Keith, great. If they're splitting Big Bill and Brian Keith away from Chris Jericho, great. Big Bill is fucking great. Big Bill is money. Big Bill, I think, has a very bright future on his hands. Brian Keith, I love Brian Keith. Former DPW National Champion Brian Keith. That's my boy. Please, please, please. I hope this is the start. Oh, please. I hope tonight was the breaking away Brian Keith and Big Bill from Chris Jericho. We never see Chris Jericho again. I'm so serious. I never want to see this man on my television screen again, ever. I never want to see Christopher Irvin on my television again. I'm so serious. I'm so fucking serious.
You know he's gonna be on that All In show. You know he cannot help himself. You know he's gonna be wrestling at All In. And then finally, the main event tonight was Claudio and Wheeler Yuta against Samoa Joe and Hook. I actually thought they had a good match. I enjoyed the match, and the Ops won clean. They both guys had chokeholds on Wheeler Yuta and Claudio. They passed out, and the Ops won. And then after the match, Marina goes to hit Samoa Joe in the knee with the briefcase, and they got a steel chair, standing up, legs like in the air, and Claudio hits a neutralizer to Hook onto the chair. So that's how Dynamite ended. So thoughts on the match and the end to Dynamite tonight? Very, very weak episode.
Hook is terrible. Hook is fucking terrible. Hook is fucking terrible. Wheeler Yuta puts me to sleep, so I barely paid attention to this match. I'm sorry. Hook is terrible. Wheeler Yuta puts me to sleep, so I barely paid fucking attention. Hook is terrible. Hook is terrible. Hook is terrible. Wheeler Yuta puts me to sleep, so I barely paid attention to this match here. The best thing about it was Samoa Joe's promo afterwards. A pissed off Samoa Joe was great. Samoa Joe still has to get the guy. That a pissed off Samoa Joe, somebody I would not want to see a pissed off Samoa Joe in an alley somewhere. That man, when Samoa Joe's pissed off, if he say he gonna kill you, I believe that man is going to kill you.
Yeah.
So the Death Riders are in trouble. I think this is going to lead to Team Swerve, Heyman, Kenny Omega, and the Ops against the Death Riders, Anarchy in the against the Death Riders and the Young Bucks, Anarchy in the arena. What we fucking do? I can give two shits. That's going to be the main event of the double or not. That's what they're building to. I can give two fucks personally.
Yeah, that seems the way they're going. And you can add Okada in that Young Buck Death Riders team too. So that seems to be the way they're going with the Double or Nothing show. So got 6 more weeks until Double or Nothing. We got a long time until that show takes place. So, but ladies and gentlemen, that's your Dynamite review. Very weak fallout from Dynasty. And thank you all so much for joining. Be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Fuel channel. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from me. Follow me on Twitter, Colin_Joseph, TikTok as well. Cam, where can they follow you, dude?
Follow me on Twitter at Cam7101. Please don't be a fucking idiot. Please don't be an idiot. Please, I'm begging you. Please don't be. I deal with enough idiots. I deal with enough idiots. Please don't be an idiot. I deal with enough idiots. When I tell you there's a Justin knows this. When I tell you there's a long line of people I strongly dislike, dude, please do not add. Please do not add to that list. Please don't let me add your name to that list. Please, please, please. If you're gonna come at me on Twitter, please come at me with some intelligence and some fucking. Please come at me with some fucking intelligence and some fucking level of expertise. Please do. Please do. I'm not. Please do. I'm not trying to say this to sound like a smartass. I'm not. But if you sit there and tell me that the show is trash and you can't explain to me why the show is trash, don't talk to me. If you sit there and say that the Miz in 2025 is still quality television, don't talk to me. Don't even follow me. Don't talk to me. Don't even follow me. Please don't. Please don't. So yeah, follow me on Twitter, Ken7101. Check me out on the Random Podcast every Thursday. Tomorrow we're doing open mic night, so if you want to, you can come by. Make sure you have your camera on. Good. Make sure you have your camera on, good microphone, and don't be fucking stupid. Please don't be fucking stupid. But yeah, that's it.
Don't be stupid on Twitter, please. Don't be an idiot. All right, we're getting out of here. Have a good night. Stay safe, and as always, stay classy. Peace.